Hello everyone, welcome to the English online classes. Yesterday we started the lesson The Concert, and it is written by whom, children? Yes, it is written by Shanta Rameshwar Rao. And what is the meaning of concert? It is a musical performance given in public, typically by several performers or of several compositions. That is concert. In Kannada it is ಸಂಗೀತ ಮೇಳ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿ. ಸಂಗೀತ ಮೇಳ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Here in these pictures you can see Pandit Ravi Shankar is giving performances. These are called concert. So before to start our lesson, one more aspect I would like to make clear to you, that is, in the classrooms we ask the students to open the textbooks and then we read out the lesson and ask the students to follow or observe our reading, and also ask them to note down the important words or new words which comes across in the lessons. But here I am not going to suggest that method because being the online classes, it may be difficult for you to watch the video and at the same time to watch the textbook also. So I just narrate the story first. You need not to go for the textbook while you watching the video. Just listen to the narration which I gave you here and later go through the textbook and watch the video once again. By that things will get clear to you. Okay, shall we move to the story now? First I will read out the paragraphs, then I will explain it to you. One morning, in a small apartment in Bombay, a girl of about 16 looked up from the newspaper and said excitedly, "Pandit Ravi Shankar's playing tomorrow at the Shanmukhananda Auditorium." "Shh," said her mother, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed. "You will wake him up. You know he needs all the sleep and rest he can get." So what happened? Bombay, let's see the meaning of this paragraph. Bombay, now it is Mumbai. Okay, one morning, one girl about 16 years old, she was reading a newspaper. And even when we people read the newspaper, if we see something exciting or interesting, it blurt out. It will come suddenly. How you will react if you read any interesting or excited news? You will also react on that, and that is what she did here. She read loudly that excited news about Pandit Ravi Shankar. By this we can guess she is a fan of Pandit Ravi Shankar. Without even realizing, she raised her voice and said, "Pandit Ravi Shankar is playing tomorrow at Shanmukhananda Auditorium." Excitedly she said that, and her mother, she was there, she said, "Shh, be quiet because your brother is sleeping. You will wake him up." She said, "Shh," said her mother, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed. Said her mother, pointing to the figure sleeping on the bed, "You will make him up. You know he needs all the sleep and rest he can get." She is pointing to him, means to her brother. And here you can see in the picture, there is something really wrong with the boy. You can see oxygen cylinder is nearby him. He is on the bed. He is having difficulty to breathe also. Here Pandit Ravi Shankar, his name is Pandit Ravi Shankar, that maestro name. To whom do we call Pandit? The person who is master in particular field. Okay? ಒಂದು ಮುಂಜಾನೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮುಂಬೈ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 16 ವರ್ಷದ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಪೇಪರನ್ನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಓದುವಾಗ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಅವಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಉದ್ವೇಗದಿಂದ ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, "ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರ ಶೋ ಇದೆ ನಾಳೆ. ಷಣ್ಮುಖಾನಂದ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅವರ ಶೋ ಇದೆ, ಅವರ ಶೋ ನಾಳೆ ಇದೆ." ಅವಳು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾಳೆ. ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಳು ಆ ನ್ಯೂಸನ್ನು ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವಳ ತಾಯಿ ಚೀರ್ಬೇಡ, ನೀನು ಆತನ್ನ ಎಬ್ಬಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ, ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನಿಗೆ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿಯ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಡ, ನೀನು ಅವನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ. ಮದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಷನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹರ್ ಡಾಟರ್. See here, she is cautioning here. Here in this picture you can see mother is cautioning to the daughter. So now by reading this first paragraph we came to know that somebody is ill. Next paragraph. But the boy on the bed was not asleep. Pandit Ravi Shankar, he said. Pandit Ravi Shankar, the sitar maestro. He raised himself up on his elbows for 1 second, then fell back. But his eyes were shining. We mustn't miss the chance, he said. I have always wanted to him to hear him and see him. See the meaning of this paragraph. But the boy on the bed was not asleep. Pandit Ravi Shankar, he said. The boy on the bed was not sleeping at all. He also reacted after hearing the news that Pandit Ravi Shankar is playing tomorrow in the Shanmukhananda auditorium. He said, Pandit Ravi Shankar, Pandit the sitar maestro. Even this boy was also fan of Pandit Ravi Shankar. Maestro, the meaning of maestro is a great performer, especially musician. We can also say ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಬೆಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಲಗಿರುವಂಥ ಹುಡುಗ ಅವನು ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಅಂತ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಉದ್ವೇಗದಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಆಸ್ ಶಾಕ್, ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಂಗರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್, sitar maestro, he raised himself up on his elbows for 1 second, then fell back, but his eyes were shining. We mustn't miss the chance, he said. See, he was not well. He fell sick, though he was happy after hearing the name of Pandit Ravi Shankar. ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ನ ಆ ಸಿತಾರ್ ವಾದಕರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ he tried to wake up and sat. But because why he fell down? Because he was very weak. So he fell back. ಅವನು ತನ್ನ ಮೊಣಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಾವಕಾಶವಾಗಿ ಎದ್ದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಪಂಡಿತ್ ರವಿಶಂಕರ್ ಮೇಸ್ಟ್ರೋ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನು ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ his eyes were shining. See students, most of you this WERE you used to pronounce it like where. It's not where, it's were. It's not where, it's were. But his eyes were shining. ಅವನ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೊಳಪು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಖುಷಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ. We mustn't miss the chance, he said. I have always wanted him to hear him and see him. We should pronounce this as mustn't. This is mustn't. It is not mustn't. He said, the ill boy, he said, we should not miss this opportunity. I always want to see Pandit Ravi Shankar. I always want to hear him. ನಾವು ಈ ಅವಕಾಶನ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬಾರ್ದು. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. In spite of his illness, he wanted to hear Pandit Ravi Shankar. He is bedridden, means confined to sickness. He was so excited to see him, to hear him. To whom? To the Pandit Ravi Shankar. Okay, moving to the next paragraph. Lie down, son, lie down. His mother sprang to his bedside. He actually raised himself up without help. She murmured with a catch in her throat, and her eyes turned to the idols to the corner shelf. The prayer which she uttered endlessly came unbidden to her lips. Lie down, son, lie down. His mother sprang to his bedside. So he tried to wake up on his elbow, but suddenly, in a second, he fell back. So his mother sprang to his side, means she ran to his side. Spring, sprang, sprung. Spring is base form. Sprang, that is V2. Sprung, that is V3. Means moved quickly and suddenly towards a particular place or direction, that is sprang. So his mother suddenly moved towards him and said, lie down son, lie down. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ತಾಯಿ ಆತನನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಲ್ಕೋ ಮಗನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. He actually raised himself up without help. She murmured with a catch in her throat, and her eyes turned to the idols to the corner shelf. Murmur, the meaning of murmur is gongaadu. With a catch in her throat. It means atiyada dukkha. With that is a feeling of great sorrow. That is catch in her throat. Idols, the meaning of idols is ಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳು, that is statue. ಓಕೆ, ಆತ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾರೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನೇ ಸಹಾಯನೇ ಇರಲಾರ್ದೆ ತನ್ನಿಂದ ತಾನೇ ಅವನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅವಳ ತಾಯಿ ಗೊಣಗಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಅವಳ ಗಂಟ್ಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಂಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದರೆ ಅವಳು ಅತಿಯಾದ ದುಃಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕೇ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ. ಐಡಲ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ. The prayer which she uttered endlessly came unbidden to her lips. ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು ಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಶೆಲ್ಫ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ದೇವರ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳ ಏನು ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅವಳು? The prayer which she uttered endlessly came unbidden to her lips. Unbidden means without permission, without being asked or invited or expected. That is unbidden. ಸೊ ಅವಳು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್, ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ಉಚ್ಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅದು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಯಾರ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಯೇ ಇರಲಾರ್ದೆ ಅವಳು ದೇವರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾಳೆ. ಏನಂತ? ತನ್ನ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ಬೇಗನೆ ಆರಾಮ ಮಾಡು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಾಡ್ ಟು ಸೇವ್ ಹರ್ ಸನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅಟರಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್. ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಅವಳು ದೇವರನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆ ದೇವ್ರ ಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೋ, ಶಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಟರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇವ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸನ್. Fourth paragraph, I must hear him and see him, the boy repeated. It's the chance of a lifetime. Then he began to cough and gasp for breath and had to be given oxygen from the cylinder that stood under the bed. But his large eyes were fixed on his sister. I must hear him and see him, the boy repeated. But the boy was fan of Pandit Ravi Shankar, so he again replied, I must hear him and I must see him. Whom does he want to see? Whom does he want to listen? Yes, it is to the Pandit Ravi Shankar. So he was murmuring the same sentence, that I must hear him, I want to see him, I want to hear him. He is muttering here, he is repeatedly saying the same sentence. The chance of a lifetime. Then he began to cough and gasp for breath and had to be given oxygen from the cylinder that stood under the bed. But his large eyes were fixed on his sister. It is the chance of a lifetime. This is a idiomatic expression. It means he looks at her and hoping she would say something. What did he say? He said repeatedly, I must hear him, I must see him. He has a great dream to listen to the concert. What he thinks as a chance of a lifetime. He is feeling that it is a chance of a lifetime. And suddenly he began to cough and gasp. And he is struggling very hard to breathe, gasping to take a loud breath. He was so ill, even though few words made him cough and gasp for breath. Gasp meaning usirale, inhale suddenly with the mouth open out of pain, and immediately had to be given oxygen, which was kept under the bed, and his eyes were fixed on his sister. ಅವನು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನಾನು ಅವರನ್ನು ನೋಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಕೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವಿತ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅವಕಾಶ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಅವಕಾಶ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅವನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಮ್ಮಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎದುರಿಸಿನಿಂದ ಉಸಿರಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಟು ಬ್ರೀತ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗೋ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಒದಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು ಅವನ ಅಕ್ಕನನ್ನೇ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದವು. ಬಟ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಐಸ್ ವರ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಅವನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು ಅವನ ಅಕ್ಕನನ್ನೇ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ಬಿಟ್ ಹರ್ ಲಿಪ್ in self-reproach. She had been so excited at seeing the announcement that she had not remembered that her brother was very ill. She had seen how the doctors had shaken their heads gravely and spoken words that neither she nor her parents could understand. But somewhere deep inside, Smita had known the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. The word cancer had hung in the air. Her brother was dying of cancer, even though she pretended that all would be well and they would return together and a small family of 4 to their home in Gaganpur. And he was only 15 and the best table tennis player in the school and the fastest runner. He was learning to play the sitar. They were both taking sitar lessons, but Anant was better than her, as in many other things. He was already able to compose his own tunes to the many other things, to the astonishment of their guru. He was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of their guru. They had struck and they had come to Bombay so that he could be treated at the cancer hospital in the city. Let's see the meaning of this paragraph. Smita bit her lip in self-reproach. Reproach meaning nindisu. Bit, this is V2 form, past simple. Bite, base form, bite, bit, bitten. V1, V2, V3 form, these are. Smita bit her lip in self-reproach. Here Smita felt bad because she said very excitedly, very loudly, she said that Pandit Ravi Shankar is performing tomorrow and here her brother comes to know about that. So that she was biting her lips. And whenever we do some mistakes, means we too bite our lips. In self-reproach meaning she was blaming herself for what she had done. Who is criticizing here? Smita. Why? Because without noticing her brother's condition, her brother's situation, she said loudly. So she bit her lips in self-reproach. Self-reproach meaning criticizing. She is criticizing herself. She had been so excited at seeing the announcement that she had not remembered that her brother was very ill. So she was very, very excited looking at newspaper and she had not remembered about his brother's condition, who was very ill. She has forgotten everything about her brother's condition. She had seen how the doctors had shaken their heads gravely and spoken words that neither she nor her parents could understand. So she had seen, she is quite aware of that situation. She comes to know about the condition of her brother and she had seen how the doctors shaken their heads Even the doctors also have lost their all hopes, and they said like, we are helpless, we can't make anything. Shaken their heads gravely, gravely meaning seriously. Who shook their heads seriously? Doctors. The spoken words, the words which said by the doctors, those words were not understood by neither Smita nor by her parents. But somewhere deep inside, Smita had known the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. So, somewhere deep inside, she knows the frightening truth, very scary truth. ಬೆಚ್ಚಿ ಬೀಳಿಸುವಂಥ ಸತ್ಯ. She knows that the truth, her brother is on the door of death. He is going to die within a few days. The word cancer had hung in the air. Her brother was dying of cancer. Even though she pretended that all would be well and they would return together, a small family of 4, to their home in Gaganpur. The word cancer hung in the air. It means worrying. Hung in the air means worrying someone. It is troubling someone. That word cancer has worried all of them. Means Smita's family member worried about the word cancer. Even though they know about the frightening truth that Anant was going to die. Anant is going to die. Then also they all were pretending like they are acting like he will be Anant's family. All they were pretending, all the Anant's family member, they were pretending like, even though the Smita also, her father and mother, all are acting like that Anant will be cured. He will get cured soon and they would return together. So all of them means 4, father, mother, Anant and Smita. 4 of them would return to Gaganpur, which is the native of Anant. Gaganpur is the native of Anant. They had a strong hope that Anant will be cured very soon. And he was only 15 and the best table tennis player in the school and the fastest runner. He was learning to play the sitar. They were both taking sitar lessons, but Anant was better than her, as in many other things. Anant, he was also going to take sitar classes. They both, means Smita and Anant, they both used to go for sitar classes together, and he was better than Smita in each and every aspects. He was already able to compose his own tunes to the astonishment of their guru. See how talented he is. In just at the age of 15, he was able to compose his own tunes, and his guru was completely astonished. Means he was surprised. His guru was completely astonished looking at the skill of Anant. His guru felt surprised, who was teaching him the sitar classes. He was totally surprised. Then cancer had struck and they had come to Bombay so that he could be treated at the cancer hospital in the city. So in the same time, what happened? He was doing good. He was good in all and each and every activity. Everything was going smooth. At the same time, cancer had affected him, struck him. Unfortunately, cancer had struck him. He was affected with deadly disease, that is cancer. An entire family, they had come to Bombay so that he could be treated at the cancer hospital in the city Mumbai. Anant's family, they moved to Bombay for his further treatment, with having the great hope that Anant will be cured very soon in that big hospital. So meaning of this is Smita bit her lip in self-reproach. Meaning of this whole paragraph is ಸ್ಮಿತಾ ತನ್ನ ತುಟಿಯನ್ನು ಕಚ್ಕೋತಾಳೆ. ತನ್ನಂತಾನೇ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ತನ್ನಂತಾನೇ ನಿಂದಿಸ್ಕೋತಾಳೆ. ಪ್ರಕಟಣೆ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಉತ್ಸುಕಲಾಗ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬಳಲ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅವಳು ನೋಡಿರ್ತಾಳೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗದ ಮಾತು ಎಂದು ತಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಅವಳಿಗಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಾಗಲಿ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲೋ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಗೆ ಭಯಾನಕ ಸತ್ಯ, ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಭಯಾನಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಂತ? ಅವನ ತಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದ್ಗೆ ಸಾವು ಖಚಿತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಪದ ಗಾಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೂಗಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಚಿಂತಿತರಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಳ ಸಹೋದರ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನಿಂದ ಸಾಯುತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಅವನ ಜೊತೆ ನಟಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹಿಂದಿರುಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಆಶ್ವಾಸನೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನು ಕೇವಲ 15 ವರ್ಷದವನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಟೆನ್ನಿಸ್ ಆಟಗಾರ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಹಾಗೂ ವೇಗದ ಆಟಗಾರ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನು ಸಿತಾರ್ ವಾದ್ಯ ನುಡಿಸಲು ಕಲಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಸಿತಾರ್ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವನು ಸಿತಾರ್ ವಾದ್ಯ ನುಡಿಸಲು ಕಲಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಸಿತಾರ್ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ಅವನು ಸಿತಾರ್ ವಾದ್ಯ ನುಡಿಸಲು ಕಲಿಯುತ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಸಿತಾರ್ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅನಂತ್ ಇತರ ಅನೇಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಳಿಗಿಂತ ಉತ್ತಮ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವನು ತನ್ನ ಸ್ವಂತ ರಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಯೋಜಿಸಿ ತನ್ನ ಗುರುವನ್ನೇ ಅಚ್ಚರಿಸಿಗೊಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದರೆ ದುರಾದೃಷ್ಟ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ದಿಂದಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾಯಿತು ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಪಡೆಯಲು. ಸೊ till here we will stop for today. Next, what happens, we will see it in next section. Thank you. Bye bye.